I don't know if you saw this in the story. It's been all over Facebook. The OD had it, and papers across the country or across the state have picked it up. Mr. Utica College, who's in studio here right now. His name is Alfonzo Whitehurst, and he has an amazing story of overcoming hardships and an amazing. You play football too, right?
Yes, I play football at Utica College.
You're a big guy. Utica College. How isn't it amazing how UC has done? I mean, it never. I don't know if you know this, but it never used to be tailgating or people showing up. You'd have a handful of people when football started in Utica, and now it's become the thing on Saturdays.
Yeah, it's got really big, Coach. Like when football first started, Coach Foz always tells us, so it started off as club football at Utica.
Yeah.
And now
that's true.
That's kind of accurate.
I mean, and so now every Saturday we do a pioneer walk around, like before the game, walk across the tailgate, see all the parents and fans out.
And if things continue, you know, UC used to be connected to Syracuse. If things continue the way they've been going for Syracuse football, you'll be drawing more than the Orange are drawing, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're on our way. We're trying to do big things at UC.
On your way. So, all right. So your story. Everybody, and it is an iconic photo that everybody picked up, right, where you had your arms in the air. And what were you all excited about at graduation?
I was excited about just like doing something that never been done in my family before, being able to walk across the college stage. No one ever done it, like not even like associates. Half my family barely graduated high school.
Yeah.
So like the same feeling of high school, but now it's college, which is much better, and it's like a great relief of like life and making big steps in life to keep doing good.
So how did you do it? I mean, who inspired you to say, you know what, I'm going to be the first?
I always had self-motivation. Like,
I
always had a lot of things go on through life, and like I always just try to keep a smile on my face and like just keep pushing forward no matter like what was placed in front of me, what difficulties I went through. It was always, okay, you just got to keep going because you got to be able to. I always wanted to be different, and then to be able to be different, I just realized that I just had to keep putting my head down, put a smile on my face, and keep going.
And you grew up. Give me your background. You grew up here in Utica, or where?
No, I grew up here. I grew up in Syracuse.
In Syracuse,
yeah.
And your I talk. This is such a big thing, and you've lived it. So, you know, you say, well, why can't these people over here, or these people over here, why can't they break out of this situation that they're in? And you know, you think about poverty, and you think about all of these issues that people in America today do face. But when you're in I grew up, and my parents weren't people that went to college, and that was just, it was pretty much, it's the way it was. You know, your dad got out of school, and he went to work in a factory. But when you have all of these influences, and there's nobody behind you to say, look what I did. I mean, I went to Notre Dame, and I went here, and you follow in your parents' traditions. How do you break out of it? How did you break out of that and not fall into maybe the traps? Were there traps? Were there people trying to lure you in to do?
Well, I grew up in the city of Syracuse, and I grew up in the bad part of Syracuse. Like, the elementary school I went to is currently shut down. The middle school I went to is getting ready to be shut down.
Yeah.
So it's always like, I was always in situations where it wasn't like always positive, and I always tried to be like the class clown, try to cheer everyone up, because like obviously our situations weren't the best.
Yeah.
But and the way I look at life and things, you have to make the best out of every situation. And I feel like that's what brought me like to where I am today, because when you bring the best out of every situation, I always look at life as there's a positive in that side, every negative.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel like that's what brought me so far in life, because no matter what happened, how many times it got knocked down, I always found a positive to put through it.
Well, there's nature versus nurture. So there had to be somebody that who inspired you to have this positive attitude.
There's not really one person specifically. I like to listen to like what everyone says.
Yeah.
Because like when you go through life, if you just listen to one specific person or just anyone specific, then you fall into the mindset of like what just they believe in. And I want to get a point of view from everyone. So I try to listen to what everyone says to me in my life. So, and take take in whatever they say, because each person in life has gone through a different experience, and their experiences could help me, and then I could be able to help others.
How has you have?
Yeah, I was going to say, what role did athletics play for you in growing up? Did you play football in high school? Do you think that helped keep you on a good track to where you're going and where you've gone?
Yeah, most definitely. I didn't. I never played like Pop Warner football because I was always too big. So the first time I went to the first time I went to football, the coach was like, "Yeah, you're too big." I'm like, "How can you be too big for football?" So then I decided.
How
to
big
play
are you, by the way? You're big.
I'm 6'3", 385.
385,
yeah.
6'3". Wow.
Yeah. And so I played baseball to start off, like since 3rd grade all the way up to 7th grade. Then 7th grade, I was able to play modified football at school, and then that's when I started playing football. And I feel like I started playing football because, like, besides, like, in the streets in the city, there's things that go on all the time where, like, you want to get in a fight out there, you're not really sure if you're going to leave alive. So it's like, and I learned, one of my high school coaches always said, football is the only sport you can hit someone as hard as you want and not go to jail. So it's like, you got to just stick to it and learn lesson through that.
On a quick side note, you said you played modified football in 7th grade. How quickly did they move you to varsity?
Well, it was my first year ever playing, so I didn't get moved up to varsity, but in 9th grade, I was at Corcoran. I was going to get moved up to varsity, but then I moved out to Baldwinsville. So the coaches didn't really know me or anything. They just knew I was a big guy. And so they wanted me to get used to like the school and everything. And then 10th grade, I played varsity.
Nice.
And you played on championship teams, right?
Yep. I won a section championship with Baldwinsville.
I find interesting what your greatest moment of your life has been up to this point.
Yeah, so like the greatest moment of my life is just being able to be a camp counselor.
It wasn't, so it's not the football championship. It's not being first to graduate from your family and raise your arms in the air at UC. It's being assigned to a camp for kids.
Yeah, it's like, I found it like very inspirational because like as a young kid, so many people helped me like through life, and like obviously I'm not the richest person, so I felt the way like I could pay it forward to other children and be able to help someone else. Like a lot of people helped me in my life, so that's why I feel like that brought more happiness to me than like walking the stage or winning a championship.
And I have to say, I think it's so awesome. You were telling me in the green room that you're going to be, and I don't want to. He's going to work at Camp Gorham.
I was going to ask
Eagle
you.
Bay.
Oh, you are. Okay, Andrew used to,
and I used to work there. And one of the coolest things about that place is that there were kids from inner cities like Rochester and Syracuse that were there, and then there were kids from the nicer areas of Rochester or around the state or even around the country. And I felt that was the one place that everybody could kind of come together. And the money and all that wasn't an issue. It was just kids getting along, making friends and things like that. How important is an environment like that to you, or maybe kids that you can inspire?
It's like really important to me because like when you're outside in society, you just like, there's a lot of things on the internet and everything. And nowadays, a lot of kids are on the internet. So you see what's on the internet, and you're just going to follow what your friends do. Where, like, at camp, it's unplug and connect, so there's no phones or anything. So you're connecting with everyone from different backgrounds. You don't know what someone else's background is. So it's like you could potentially not like this person in regular society because of what society shows, but here at camp, you don't know what they're from. You can become best friends.
Yeah.
Right.
What was family life for you? Mom, dad, grandparents? Who influenced you in your family?
Well, my mom was killed when I was 4, and I never really knew my dad. And I lived with my grandma.
So it was your grandmother?
Like, other family members, yeah.
And I'm sure, is your grandmother still alive?
Yeah, she's still alive.
How'd she feel on graduation day?
She was over pride and joy. She was crying. My sister is telling me that she wouldn't stop hugging her and crying when I walked across the stage.
That's awesome.
So,
and do you have younger siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother and a younger sister.
So you have to be an inspiration to them.
Yeah, and I have 2 older brothers and older sisters. So, like, they call me the man of the family. Yeah. So it's like, I take pride in that.
Well, who wouldn't you call that? I mean, you'd be in trouble if you called him that.
It's not the baby.
They were calling him that when he was trying out for Pop Warner.
Yeah.
All right, Manasseh, you had a question?
I just want to ask, what did you go to school for? What do you want to do in the future?
Yeah.
I'm going to school for health, wellness, adventure education, and I want to be a PE teacher / coach because, like, even though I listen to everyone in life, I feel like I became so close to, like, my PE teachers and, like, coaches who, like, help motivate me to keep going. And I feel like as young males, like, they pay attention more to their coaches because everyone wants to do so many sports and everything, and you can get a better bond with, like, your coach and, like, physical education teacher because it's, like, not a regular classroom, and, like, you can always talk to them at any point.
There's that level playing field, you know?
Yeah.
And speaking of inspiration, UC, the community, the professors, counselors, supportive?
Yeah, very supportive. So, like, I'm in the HEOP program at Utica College, and that program, like, really is, like, what really helped me, like, get to college because obviously I always wanted to go to college, but I wasn't really sure how I was going to pay for it. Mm-hmm. So being able to be in that program is like incredible to me and, like, to everyone else that's in it. And all the teachers, faculty at Utica College are great. Like, it's not a huge school, so you get to know everyone.
Yeah.
Even, like, once you're out of their class, you still walk by them and they say hello to you with your full name. And it's like, that, like, brings you joy to know you're in college and professors and everyone and faculty know who you are.
Pretty cool. Well, you should be extremely proud. And
yes,
so you're back. You're playing football again this year, then. So
yeah, I'll be
get
playing football in the fall.
All right. Yeah. I'm sure Coach is quite happy about that. So.
Yeah, very.
All right. Good stuff. All right. We appreciate your time. Alfonzo Whitehurst, I'll refer to you as Mr. Utica College.
Thank you.
All right, cool.